A study in contrasts, man's thinking versus God's. 1. Expectation/corruption. A man spends his whole life building up an enormous estate. In his later years, he looks back over his accumulations and awaits in expectation for all the benefits that he and his family will reap in the years to come. Do not be deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. For he who sows to his flesh will of the flesh reap corruption. Galatians 6 verses 6 and 7, Are we in harmony with God in our thinking? How much time, energy, and goods we spend on things that will not last. 2. Immortality/dust. They laid the famous man carefully into the casket. His body was embalmed and clothed with the luxurious robes of royal splendor. His gold ring was left on his hand and a priceless necklace was hung around his neck. The tomb was made of material that would never wear out. It was proclaimed that a man of such a reputation as this one should be buried in splendor so that he might live on in immortality in the ages to come. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return. Genesis 3 verse 19, Are we in harmony with God in our thinking? How hard we try to get a name for ourselves here on earth. 3. Something/nothing. The banquet hall is filled. Men who had worked hard for a long period of time were congratulating one another for the magnificent buildings and city that they had helped to build. To live to see this day was really something, and it demonstrated the marvelous wisdom and wonder that a group of men could display when working together. Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, purple, and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour such great riches came to nothing. Revelation 18 verses 16 and 17, Are we in harmony with God in our thinking? We so often think we have really done something when in reality it shall be brought to nothing. 4. Design/vanity. All the great minds of the day were gathered at the vast conference room in the big city. They had carefully laid the plans that they were sure would finally bring peace to the valley that had been warring for so many years. Their design for peace had been thoroughly planned, and they could not foresee any reason why it would not work. Saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace, Jeremiah 6 verse 14. There is no peace, says my God, for the wicked, Isaiah 57 verse 21. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and indeed, all is vanity and grasping for the wind, Eccle 1:14. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you should no longer walk as the rest of the Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind, Ephesians 4 verse 17. Are we in harmony with God in our thinking? How often we think the resources of this world will solve the spiritual needs of our life. 5. Tomorrow/vapor. After many calls and conferences, the business trip is finalized. The businessman was ready to embark on what should be the most profitable trip he has ever taken. He has a list of great contacts and a product to sell that is moving well on the market right now. He feels that he has finally reached the peak of his career, and tomorrow the big trip begins. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell, and make a profit, whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Jam 4:13-14, Are we in harmony with God in our thinking? How often we make plans for the tomorrow that may never come and waste the day that is set before us.